they just don't know.
What I told you, Cutter.
People seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know.
Huh?
People,
Let's go.
people seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. And we once again on 910 Sports Podcast Show. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here and on this great platform and talk sports and interview great people and all that kind of good, all that good stuff. But before I'll be remiss if I don't first congratulate my brother from another mother who became the director of operations of Village Global Network. And I know well deserved. I know he gonna do big things. I'm gonna let him say how he feel about it, and we gonna get this thing going. What's going on, brother?
Oh man, I appreciate the introduction, man. And every opportunity is a golden opportunity because without God, no opportunities are possible. So, man, we here at 901 Sports Podcast Show for another great show. You know, we got the NBA playoff, we got the transport portal, we got people don't want to say it, but Catlin Clark is changing the WNBA. We're gonna talk about her latest news. Man, man.
Mm-hmm.
She's a boss, as Rick Ross said. Yeah, she's a boss. She's a
Yes,
boss.
sir.
So man, I guess the first topic of discussion we can get into the NBA playoffs, and you know we win the second round, and who do you want to talk about first? What two teams?
I guess we could talk about we could talk about this New York Indiana series. Because you know the thing about it is, man, Jalen Brunson has pretty much like took the world by storm. I think his storyline is probably the best storyline of the NBA playoffs, as far as what he's doing. And it's kind of like nobody's seen this coming. Nobody's seen Jalen Brunson be able to take over like this. Even I seen Jay Wright, his ex-coach for Villanova, he was doing an interview earlier this week, and he said he felt like Jalen Brunson was going to be like like a number 2 player, a great point guard, a leader of a team type player in the NBA, but he never seen him being the number 1 guy. You know what I mean, of a team. He said, I'm just being honest with you. You know, I mean, I knew he was going to be a great player, a leader of the team. You know, he may take over games here and there, like he felt like when he was with Dallas, that was a good opportunity for him to be beside Luka. But for him to be that guy on a team, he didn't see it. So, and for whoever, and like people said, for people who thought they could say now, oh, they seen this coming. No, they didn't. Nobody didn't see this coming. Nobody. You know what I mean? Now, I will say this before you say something about it. The thing that bothers me with New York is New York, Tom Thibodeau. He's gonna be the death of that team because yeah, he's a great coach. He's old school, but he's gonna run them guys into the ground because you can't ask them guys to keep playing 45, 46 minutes, 48 minutes. They didn't even do that in the 80s and 90s. They didn't even play that many minutes in the 80s and 90s. So you ask these guys to play a lot of minutes, and you see it starting to take effect on them because it seems like every other week one of their players is going down. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen Brunson already playing on a bad foot. So yeah, that's gonna be hard to sustain.
Yeah, and I feel like you're right, and I feel like there's a few players that happened to. I feel like that's what happened to Derrick Rose, man. They ran him into the ground. You know, I feel like a lot of players don't get all the way healed, so you know they don't have 2 starting fives that can go out there and really really ball. You know what I mean? Like you know, I can remember back in the day, man. It it might have been not everybody come out, but you could take at least 4 players out and still uphold your lead. But now you just have your star players and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe you have a 6-man of the year candidate. Maybe. But you know, I think it's a great and I think another shining star on New York give him a couple more years, Hart is gonna be a shining star. And are they gonna be able to keep the white guy and pay him? Because he get off.
Yeah. You talking about what's his name? D Vincenzo?
You know, whatever his name is, I thought he was Putin nephew. I don't know.
You thought it was who?
Putin nephew. I thought him and Jokic and Joker, whatever you want to call him, Joker, Batman, Robin, whatever you want to call that boy, I thought they were some kin, man, cause they got them names, I felt like I was watching WWE when it first came on, you know, the Iron Sheik and his partner and Ivan and Nikita Koloff, they got them Russian names Rocky, you American think you better than us. We so baby bad, you so baby good. You know what she said.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, he definitely getting off, bro. He definitely getting off. Indiana won tonight. You know what I mean? But I feel like
But
New York is
it could
still
have went either way, man. I say myself, man. They know. I just be feeling sometimes the NBA know what they be doing, bro. They know that if Indiana didn't take this game tonight, man, this wasn't gonna be no series.
no, no. Yeah, I mean that's why you know how they go. Indiana at home, they gonna get most of the calls. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Already, Rick Carlisle already complained the other night that small market teams don't get the calls like they should. So you already knew that it was gonna take a whole lot for New York. Oh, New York was gonna have to blow them out. It's like a boxing match. If you don't knock your opponent out in certain situations, they gonna get a champ. Especially back in the day, they gonna get a champion the belt. You know what I'm saying? Unless you knock that champion out. So you knew Indiana was gonna get all the close calls and whatever. And tomorrow they're gonna be arguing whether or not did Jalen Brunson get pushed in the back on that last 3-point attempt he took or whatever. Tom Thibodeau standing in the middle of the floor for about 2 minutes just staring at the referees or whatever after the game. So I know they're gonna be complaining about that later on tonight about probably certain calls they not getting. But when you're on the road, you're not getting those calls. You're just not, especially when
I thought Tom Thibodeau was gonna call the boys on the referee. Boy, listen to him, man. My sister was like, man, look how the coach looking at the referees, man. The referee gonna be safe.
the
Mm.
referees started running off the court. What game was I watching? Was it that when they made that bad call in the Iowa Connecticut game? Was that the
Hmm.
game watching when the referee just kind of stood there looking? I'm like, y'all better get off the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all tripping. Like, referees they learn how to referee back in the day. They know when they made a bad call, they immediately got off.
Yeah.
Shoot. But yeah. So I guess the next one would be if we flip over to the Western Conference Series. Last night I watched the Dallas and Oklahoma City um game or whatever. It was a pretty good game. You know what I mean? The problem I see with that series is I'm gonna take that back. I don't really I still feel like Oklahoma City gonna win. It's gonna take a lot for I feel like it's a real close even series. I do want to see more out of Kyrie Irving than what I've been seeing. It seems like he waits until like the fourth quarter to show up in these games sometimes. And I think he needs to have a faster start or whatever. Because the main thing with Dallas is you can't rely on Luka but so much, because you're gonna wear him out if you keep trying to rely on him. But one thing I noticed about Oklahoma City, them jokers could shoot. I ain't realized Oklahoma could shoot that good. You know what I'm saying? They said they was third best 3-point shooting team in the league this year, and you could see it last night. That Jalen Williams, oh yeah, he about to be a star for real, for real.
Yeah, man. OKC. I ain't look at them close until my sister said something about it. But yeah, I watched Shea toward the end of the season. He a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Shea a
Mm-hmm.
problem. He a problem. And actually, that whole starting five is a problem.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're a problem, man. And what I want to say about Indiana, man. they're a problem too. They're like New York, Indiana, Minnesota, and OKC. Those are the new premier teams.
Oh
For
yeah,
real,
that,
for real, for real, for
that,
real. Now, somebody told me they was like, when John Morant come back, he gonna be on a tear. I said, you ain't got to tell me, boy. You ain't got to tell me. John
oh
Morant gonna, but boy, they done big up all these players his age, and he ain't really get to play this year. Oh yeah, bro.
yeah,
John
oh
Morant
yeah,
gonna be on a tear, boy.
oh
Man, listen.
he gonna be in the MVP conversation next year. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah. John Morant, yeah, but yeah. He gonna be on the tear, man. He gonna listen. But the most overrated player in the league is none other than Jason Gerby Baby Taylor. Taylor,
You say you should call him Gerber, baby?
yeah, Gerby Baby.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, the thing about it is everybody's like, it's one of those things. He's kind of like, he remind me like of a Josh Allen or a Justin Herbert. Just a little bit more success than they have had, but at the same time, it's like we keep waiting for them to have those big moments, and they don't never have them. But it's like, oh, we're going to make them top 5 best player in the league. But it's like they never have those moments like they should. Like, there's no way y'all should have got beat by 24 points in your own house and you were number 1 seed. Like, it's no way you should have got beat like that. Like I said, like I told you offline, like, if you watch Jordan or Kobe or LeBron when he was in the East running things, they would have never got beat in no series at the crib by 20 something against a lesser team like that. Nah. And then it's like, and then it's kind of like when you lose, you just all nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, we got a great coach, but everybody said we got a super team. But we didn't win none of the awards. Our coach didn't win Coach of the Year. We only had 2 All-Stars. Nobody won any kind of awards. But we gonna, sometimes you just gonna lose a game. Yeah, you're gonna lose. If you'd have lost a close game, 3-4 points, buzzer beater, whatever, I could have seen that. But you lost by but Cleveland dominated y'all in the second half. It was a tie game at the half. I watched the whole game. It was a tie game at the half. Second half, they just blew you off the court. You know what I'm saying? And they missing one of their better players in Jared Allen. So there's no way. I know y'all missing Porzingis, but you and Jaylen Brown and Derek White, y'all been together long enough where y'all should be able to handle Cleveland without Porzingis. Yeah. So I think if they get to the finals, they don't want to see Minnesota. I'm telling you that now. Do not. If I got Minnesota going to the NBA finals, and if it's Minnesota and Boston, I'm taking Minnesota. Because that dog down there in Minnesota, that Ant-Man, okay, that's a grown-ass man right there. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a dog.
That's all I'm going to say.
And what I want to say about Cleveland, once they went up by 4 or 5 points, they really mashed the gas on them. Mm-hmm. They pressed the gas on them, boy. Like, listen, man. And then, Tatum real fragile, bro. So them boys was really bringing it to him, bro. And I just think that he been overrated for a while. There. So
the problem is they don't understand the moments and they don't understand adjustments. Like, it's not just about the coach making adjustments. It's about the players. If you know your 3-point shot not going down, drive you 6'10", drive to the basket, post up, do something different. Quit just coming down the court and just jacking up shots and they not going in. You know what I mean? Like, the first half of the game, if you watch the first half, they was passing the ball around, getting the best shot. It's nothing wrong with taking 3, but get open 3-point shots. Quit taking contested shots, and you know what I'm saying, and thinking they're going to go in. That's how you going to win, because you feed right into the defense's hand by doing it. So I just feel like they don't have the Celtic players have low IQ. And I would have thought somebody like a Drew Holiday being over there, he would have been the one to calm them down to say, listen, we're taking too many 3-point shots. Jason Tatum, Jaylen, I need y'all to post up more. I need y'all to drive to the basket. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to tell your best players, listen, this is what I need. If you're a leader on the team, this is what I need y'all to do. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. This is what I need y'all to, I need you to get to your spots and quit taking these bad shots. So
Yeah.
I just feel like if New York was whole and New York had all their pieces like Bogdanovich, and if they had, Julius Randle, everybody, I think they would beat Boston next series. I really do. I think they would end up in the NBA Finals if they had all their pieces.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And with the Denver and they just match up well with Denver. They're too much. They're too athletic for Denver, and Towns is a problem because Joker can't come outside, and Towns 7 foot as well, 6'11", 7 foot, and he got a mean stroke. I didn't realize he shot over 42% from the three. That's
Mm-hmm.
for somebody his size. That's huge. So
Yeah.
and then Rudy ain't let nothing come down there, man. That man be. I said, man. I mean, that man like he trying to block Ben Franklin when Ben Franklin created electricity. Like, look, out of money, man.
Mm-hmm.
He just blocking everything, boy. So yeah, they're
So,
problem. And
this
and
remind
and the, and the team is so well balanced. You know what I mean?
this team kind of remind me of like the '96 Bulls, and what I mean by that is they got so much versatility and size on the team. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think that '96 Bulls had Dennis Rodman for the rebounding and guarding your man down the post. They had a Luke Longley that was down there. You know what I'm saying? That could get you a 15-foot jump shot. Then you had your Olympic guards and Ron Harper. You know what I'm saying, out there on the wings with Scottie Pippen guarding your wings, and you know what I'm saying. Then you had your superstar in Jordan, and that's Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying, of course. So I'm not saying they good enough, the '96 Bulls. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying as far as when everybody trying to compare Anthony Edwards to Jordan, that's the team I think of now in my top of my head of having that length that bothers you and the size that can bother another team or whatever. And I think that's Denver's kryptonite. Denver's kryptonite is having another team that's big and long, that especially at every position. And Jamal Murray is only like 6'2", 6'3". So Anthony Edwards is like 6'4". He's long. He can guard him. Jaden McDaniels, he can guard him. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna make it hard on him. And think about Jamal Murray. Sometimes Jamal Murray is streaky. He's not like a lot of like certain other guards where they just automatically every game they always like own. Jamal Murray's one of the type of players he can be on or he can be cold. You know what I'm saying? And they've made it very uncomfortable for him or whatever, especially doing the fact that they saying he still got a bad calf. So that's not helping nothing either. That he probably really can't, get his lift off and really do what he wants to do on a normal like he really wants to. So I really feel like I mean I was watching the game a few minutes of the game before we came on, and you could tell it's the same old thing. Jokic having a hard time getting his spots. Cat out there shooting
Mm.
threes, body guarding them. You know what I'm saying? And then left Michael Porter go crazy, then I think that's the only way they're gonna win if Michael Porter go crazy. You know what I'm saying? If they other than that, they probably gonna get blown out again tonight.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here. Ant-Man is a dog, like you said, but the defense Minnesota got, they're making Joker shoot the ball 25 times or more. And statistically, if he shoot the ball more than 18, 19 times, he don't have a good game. And
Mm.
they've been forcing Denver to put the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
So they got Denver number. And we got to give the coaches some props. The coaches for Minnesota got that thing set up right, man.
Yeah. 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 So I feel like Denver is in a heap of trouble. You know what I mean? And I think, and it's kind of funny, me and you always talk about the lack of big men in the NBA, and a lot of old heads like ourselves kind of like wish they had men, because college basketball still uses big men like the way they're supposed to, posting them up or whatever. And we talked about a player like Armando Baycott. We talked about a Zach. He's a player. If NBA teams like, listen, Denver not going nowhere. They might lose this year, or even Minnesota. They gonna be around for the next several years. Now you know, okay, Minnesota got two big, you know what I'm saying, horses down there, giants down there. Now when these college teams, these NBA teams gonna have to say, you know what, we gonna need a Armando Baycott, we gonna need a Zach Edey, we gonna need some of these big men from college to come in and be big men again. You know what I'm saying? And guard these guys because you keep on getting little wings if you want to, and you're going to get ran off the court and you ain't going to be able to do nothing with them. You ain't going to get no
You're right.
rebound, you ain't do nothing with them. So I think this might be the changing of the guard or going back to a certain degree of having big men that can be big men again. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're right. You're right, and you know I want to see that. So we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. Now we're gonna talk about a little sports drama. We're gonna talk about first Gilbert Arenas said Rudy Gobert shouldn't have missed no game. It's just a baby. The baby gonna be there when you get through playing ball. Now come on, man. This man first baby, and you talk about it's just a baby. Now listen, Gilbert, man. You don't got no business coming on that, man. You know, if that man take that offense, but we all know Rudy ain't gonna do nothing because Draymond Green choked him for 22 miles down the interstate. Oh man, boy, I'm a fool, boy, man. But anyway, man. But yeah, man, you should have said that, man. So what you think about Gilbert Arenas saying that, man? It's just a baby.
Uh,
Baby gonna be there when you get through playing ball.
well, I'm going to say, uh, I don't think it's no right or wrong answer to what he did. Shannon Sharp, him and Ocho Cinco chimed in on it, and Shannon Sharp thing was if it's NFL is different because you in the playoffs, it's one and done. So he said he missed the game. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, especially with a playoff game or Super Bowl, he wouldn't have missed the game, or he would have got who she had the baby. He would have been on the first thing smoking, getting over to the game. Because I don't know what time she had the baby that day or whatever the case may be. If she had it during the game, after the game, before. If he'd have had time to jump on a private jet to get to the game, I don't know. But I don't think it's no wrong or right answer. It's one of those things where, like, I heard somebody say, did they talk about it? I think Charlamagne was talking about, did they talk about it before it happened? Like, okay, if you go in labor, know, what you think I should do or what should be the between him and his wife. So that's a him and a wife decision. But I don't think he should have got criticized for it, definitely. So whatever he did, especially the first baby. Now, if it was like his fifth baby or something, then you'd be like, bro, you know what I mean? But the first one, nah, you definitely gotta be present for the first one unless she would have went in labor like during the game and you
Yeah,
like that million miles away, you can't get there. But the first baby, yeah, you better be there. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So
yeah,
I give it a ring. That's crazy, man. Like at the end of the day, like I mean, like, bro, like for y'all to say what y'all said, I think it was kind of dead wrong or whatever. Like it's not like because it makes it seem like he don't care about his teammates or don't care about the game. And it's not. This is not the first time a player has missed a game. Probably a playoff game that that was having a baby. And then like somebody said, they said Gilbert Arenas made this comment after the game. So they won the game. So why are you criticizing the man and they won? If they would have lost, then you would have had more leg to stand on. But they won the game without Rudy Gobert. So why would you
man.
make a comment?
Man, Gilbert just be talking, man. Yeah, and the way Kawhi Brown talk to you, Gilbert, man, you the only place you should be able to talk at is at 9:30 in the morning at Sunday school at church.
Hey, the way Kwame Brown talked to that man, hey, give him
Oh man,
time he talk. What up,
he
bro?
should, man. The only place he should be talking about is Sunday school, bro. Like, bro, you need to be getting all the spirituality that you can, man. Cause woman Brian talk to you, boy, like like you was on the chain gang or something, boy. Like, man.
Brown talked to him like he was in the 8th grade, and Gilbert Arenas was like they were like he was a senior in high school, and Gilbert Arenas was a freshman coming in. Like, he talked to that man so greasy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, golly. I said, and Gilbert just sitting there like, man, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I'm like, bro, this man done called you all out your name plenty of times, like over and over. And you just steady asking him, you don't know what he mean. It's like, that'll be like if somebody slapped the hell out of you and you looking at him like, man, why'd you slap me? Like, bro, come on, man, stop it. So, yeah, Gilbert don't need to be speaking on. And then it make it so bad, he be punking Nick Young and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, Nick, do you see what you're dealing with? Like, bro, like Gilbert Arenas don't got no street. He don't got no his heart pump Kool-Aid. Gilbert Arenas ain't no tough guy. You let this man punk you all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's crazy, man. And so Shaq and Shannon Sharp goes back and forth. Shaq says, Shannon, you ain't did enough to speak on my name. Shaq says, you ain't never been top 10 in nothing. What you like, number 51? You know, he was like, yeah, you may be arguably top 3 tight ends ever played the game. He's like, but the really speak on my name, you can't do it, man. And he said he goes in. I know how you got where you at. You know, we all know. You know, and but if you want some real endeavors and some real investments, you know, you come work for me. You know, and he was like, when you address me, you need to address me the most dominant big man that ever played the game. You know, and he was like, don't speak on my name like that again. And so I said, oh, I was like, oh man, I'm wondering if Shaq gonna come on the podcast, Club Shay Show. I wonder if he gonna come on the other podcast. You know, that's gonna be interesting to see. You know, because we all know, man, them both of them guys are 2 big giants. They freak of natures and like, what do you think about that though, man?
Okay, before we go on, JJ the exec said about the Nick Young and Gilbert Arenas situation that that Nick Young was Gilbert Arenas' rookie, and that's why they kind of got that relationship. I get it when they was rookie, but not 10 years later, you still let this man kind of punk you and treat you a certain kind of way 10 years later. If you watch their relationship now, Gilbert Arenas still kind of treats Nick Young kind of greasy, kind of crazy. I know that's their friendship, but nah, bro. Y'all 30-something-year-old men, you don't let y'all ain't rookies no more. You ain't no rookies.
And Gilbert, we know you ain't built like that, bro. Stop, man.
Exactly.
Stop.
To get back to the Shaq and Shannon thing, I'm gonna say this: Shaq is the last person because Shaq kind of come off like the young players the way he came off. When he would give the constructive criticism or say certain thing about young players, and then him and Charles would get mad, not to get mad, but they'd be like, "Oh, y'all so weak," or y'all can't get criticism or whatever the case may be. And the thing about what Shannon said, Shaq said himself that he didn't at times do everything he could to be the best player because he kind of ate wrong and didn't work out as much as he could. Now, another thing about all of this, Shaq was saying, okay, I make more money than you, Shannon, and this, that, and the third, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Now, if you know the history, if you know the story, and I think that's what Shannon may be referring to. If you know how Shaq acquired the businesses that he acquired them almost by accident. So I'm gonna give y'all a brief history on how Shaq acquired so many businesses. So he said this himself. I seen the interview. He had the Shaq shoes that was in Walmart. He sold it to J.C. Penney. When he sold his rights to the shoe to J.C. Penney happened to be whoever when they sold it, when he sold it over, the J.C. Penney situation happened to be involved in like 40 or 50 other people in business with them. So it was like 40 or 50 businesses that was all intertwined to the sale of it to J.C. Penney. Shaq had no clue that this was going on. So what ended up happening is when Shaq sold the rights to J.C. Penney or whatever, he found out that all these other businesses like Office Max or Depot or whatever it is, and some of these other businesses that he acquired was involved in this deal or whatever. That's why you just mainly, all you really see Shaq do is he's just a brand ambassador of all these businesses. Shaq don't really have no say-so. He don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what his percentage is in none of these businesses. He's just a brand ambassador. I think the only businesses, he got a couple of businesses that he do. Like I know he got like a delivery business in Georgia that he has or whatever. And whatever. So it's not like he became this great businessman like a Magic, you know what I'm saying? Because he actually put these situations together or whatever. All this kind of came by accident. You know what I'm saying?
But
Or
he
what,
do
so,
own a lot of businesses, man. A lot.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was 40 or 50 businesses attached to this J.C. Penney deal that Shaq didn't even know. They had to tell him after he sold the shoe that, you know, it's like all these businesses attached to this one business, this one situation. That's how he ended up acquiring so many businesses. So it's not like he was going one by one, going to these businesses. He just actually acquired the businesses by accident. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it came about. He
Okay.
told the story himself on the interview.
Okay. Well,
So that, so I,
So, do you feel like Shannon Clout takes some time, bro?
oh yeah, definitely. But if you see Shannon's personality, it's not like Shannon. Think about it now. When he was on the show with Skip Bayless, he said the reason why they started calling him Unc was the first time he came on there, and I think it was something. I think it was after a LeBron moment or something, and he comes out with some moment. I forgot what it was. He's told the story, but basically he came out with the Black and Miles and the Hennessy, and he had on the headband or whatever the whatever on his head, the do rag or scarf or whatever on his head, and from then on people started calling him Unc in the streets because they reminded him of somebody's uncle who would smoke Black and Miles and drink Hennessy on the porch or whatever. So that's how that came about. So he's always been the type to try to draw attention to himself. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He play football. Shannon's always been an attention getter. You know what I'm saying? So to me, for him to, I would call him the male version of Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams is messy. She creates drama. Shannon Sharp just brings people on that brings drama. She actually
Right.
goes on her way to try to make you look crazy or look bad. That's why since she gotten sick, everybody's kind of just turned their back on her, because I'm not gonna say I don't ever say a person deserves it, but she kind of brought the way she gets treated in Hollywood now. She brought it on herself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So Caitlin Clark, man, she put a petition into the WNBA, and she said, if you play for a WNBA team, then you deserve to ride first class. No more coach, first class, and like we are professional athletes. And so there's a bid already in for $50 million from a company since she said that. Man, listen, man. We can say what we want to say about her, man, but her and Angela Reese
Mm-hmm.
are gonna change this narrative the way people look at the WNBA. They on a
Mm-hmm.
mission. They on a mission, man. Because both of them are very outspoken. Both of them can back their stuff up on the court. And both of them got hella people that want to endorse them. They want to sponsor them. So it's like this is between those two and Asia Wilson, they changed the NBA. I just seen Asia Wilson get this 7-figure deal with Gatorade. You
Uh-huh.
know, and and now they done made Candace Parker the president of women's Reebok basketball.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, 'cause right. Like the thing about it is, that's what I was thinking earlier, was that everybody, a lot of, especially us, we trying to get on the case of, oh, why is Caitlin Clark getting all this love and attention? Black players is getting it like she's getting it, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when change comes. When change comes and it's in a positive direction, embrace it. And the thing about it is, with Angela, especially with Caitlin Clark and Angela Reese is like the modern day Magic and Bird when it comes to the way they affected the game. You know what I'm saying? NBA was around for 25 something odd years before Magic and Bird came around. They was on the brink of shutting down the NBA because of their drug problem. And Magic and Bird came and changed the perspective on the game. This game been around probably about 30 years, the WNBA, whatever. I'm not sure exactly the exact date it started, but it's been around 30 years. And yes, we've had great players from Cheryl Swoops to Maya Moore to Lisa Leslie to Donna Taurasi. The list goes on and on. But for whatever reason, it didn't hit. It hit different when this girl Caitlin Clark came along, and she's already proven. I know it's preseason, but she's already proven that she belongs, that she can play. And the fact that she went in there, and the first thing she said was she could have went and took her money and ran off. But what did she do? She said, hold on. Why are we riding coach everywhere we go? And the guys, NBA guys, is riding on first class in private jets or whatever when they fly. You know what I'm saying? So we need to change that narrative. So I give her all the kudos in the world to use her power to say, you know what? From here on out, this is what we doing. And think about it now. I think, was it a preseason? I think the first game of the season is next week. And they had to move the game from like a regular little small stadium over to the Los Angeles, over to the what's it called? The Crypto or whatever it's called. They had to move it over to the Crypto or whatever. So they had to move the first game because it sold out. The game sold out in like a few hours, or the first day that they sold tickets for Caitlin Clark, and I think Angela Reese's games are selling out too. So these two girls are making a super big impact for the WNBA. And they've been talking about how Indiana Fever games might be bigger than the Indiana Pacers playoff games. You know what I'm saying? As far as viewership, as far as people showing up. So whatever she's doing to help the game move forward, I'm all for it. It don't always got to be about a color thing. It always don't got to be about somebody being black or white that makes changes in anything. It just, whatever impacts something, it works. And I love the way Caitlin Clark plays. I love Angela Reese's game. If they create a friendly sports competition rivalry to move the game forward. Now, if you see now, they already talking about adding a WNBA team in Golden State, and they adding a Canadian team in 2026. So just in that little small time, and they probably already had this in the works, but now that they've seen that the game is moving forward and that the impact that these two girls are having, or whatever on the game, that now is making major things happen. Yeah, in Toronto. Yeah, Jay. So in Toronto, it's making a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she doubled attendance in preseason. That's crazy. That's crazy. You probably seen something like that with, like LeBron or Zion Williamson or, Wemby in the NBA, players like that when they first came in the league. And for her to do that for the WNBA is crazy. You know what I mean? And the numbers they had in the NCAA tournament was crazy. So for me, I think they deserve it. These women deserve, especially when I see how much money they was getting as a number one overall draft pick. Her salary for the WNBA was like what? I think it was like what was it, like 350,000 or 400,000 or something like that. Like
Yeah,
I forgot the
yeah.
number. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like I see why these players go season play after the season is over with, because they ain't making no real bread like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the WNBA
And what about
help y'all.
Flajay trying to get Jay-Z to put a WNBA team in New Jersey? Wow.
Hey, If he should.
Cause he got the money to do it.
And think about when Juju get there. Think about when Juju when she get to the NBA. And then what's the other girl who played? She's like the second best player in college basketball. She transferred over to USC with Juju. So they
I
about to
know.
run things next year. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They
Yeah.
about to run
Yeah.
things. So yeah. So wait till Juju get to the WNBA. Now you got Juju, Angela Reese, and doggone Caitlin Clark. And Flau'jae getting better every day. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying?
So,
They
so, so man.
mm-hmm.
Reports say that Aubrey Graham, Drake, has about 22 licenses with Nike, right?
That man by his first name. Go ahead.
And
That man.
reports say that he's getting a sneaker design and he's going to endorse about 10 WNBA players. I said,
Who
yeah, this
Drake?
is definitely chestnut checkers. Yeah, this is definitely chestnut checkers.
That make a lot of sense.
You know.
That make a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tell you
man. So
more
yeah,
though.
Aubrey. Aubrey.
Let me say this. I seen Anthony Edwards' shoe. I was looking at his shoe the other day. I said,
Mm-hmm.
this shoe I've ever seen. Between them and Under Armour, y'all need to step y'all game up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got the number one shoe selling right now, but I think it's just more because people just on that wave of Anthony Edwards, which they should be. But now we gotta do better with these. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, go ahead.
So do you think that what I do know is it's gonna be some rappers or some form of entertainers, actor or some that invest in WNBA. Believe what I tell you.
Yeah.
And I would say as much as somebody like a Drake love basketball, as much as somebody like a J. Cole, because I know that J. Cole could be the very one that end up owning the Charlotte Sting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just really think at the level of basketball right now, um, college. But here's something interesting I seen this white guy say today on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if it was me, I would change the narrative. And they said, what you mean? He said, I signed a $62 million deal for 4 years with Dawn Staley for her to coach the Lakers. I said, oh. I said, oh, have mercy. Have
But
mercy.
remember I said earlier, I said I wouldn't, if I was her, I wouldn't go to Charlotte because whether you like it or not, Michael Jordan ruined that doggone franchise when it comes to being an owner. But if I was Don Staley, yeah, I might go to somewhere like the Lakers, or especially I feel like Jeannie Buss would give her more leeway and more power because she is a woman than she would other coaches came in. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, a lot of time that woman power, I feel like Jeannie Buss would have open arms a Don Staley or
And
whatever.
and her and Dawn Staley's theme song might be BBL Drizzy. Man, listen,
Uh,
man. Man, listen. Dawn Staley, boy, listen, man. I can I can see her doing that, bro. I can see her coaching the Lakers, bro. For real,
yeah.
for real. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
And it would raise so many different eyebrows, bro. Like man, you talking about something that would be all over the news for a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about giving the tabloid something to talk about. Because
Mm-hmm.
even what she's did at South Carolina Gamecocks, man, she's changed the
Yeah.
narrative so much. She's changed the narrative so much, and and you know they was like even they was talking about even she's going out to Colorado to sit down and talk with Dion.
Uh huh.
They were like, why she talking to Dion? I said Dion want to win, right?
Yeah.
She's a winning coach, right?
Uh huh.
And she you know she's a strategist and she knows how to strategize, right? So
Yeah.
why would he want to sit down and have a conversation with
Exactly.
her? You know, when you got people like Plies and Fabulous and Mark Wahlberg and you got people like Cameron Diaz showing up at the national championship female college basketball game. What?
Hmm.
Bro, they don't show up at no women's game like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Don't don't Staley bring them folks out, man.
Hmm. Hmm.
So let me ask you a question. Now, kudos to Jones Staley. She amazing. I think she could coach professionally, but do you think we'll ever see an NFL head coach as a female?
You. Uh,
Huh?
I would say no, maybe assistant or whatever, but not a head coach, just because basketball is different. Because women play, even though they have female football leagues or whatever. I just feel like it's hard for men in football. Very they barely listen to a male coach. In football, especially if they feel like if they're not winning. So if you brought a female coach to coach football, I just think it would cause. I just don't see it right now. Maybe like I said, maybe an assistant and kind of bring her along slowly, and it kind of like how Pop did Becky Hammond and brought her on, and I feel like she could be in a position where she could be a head coach here in the near future in the NBA because she actually paid her dues. She's not like a JJ Redick, where I think the Lakers the worst thing they could ever do was hire JJ Redick. Not to say he may not be a good coach, but it looks too much like nepotism. You can't go from you and LeBron doing a podcast together to all of a sudden he's your head coach. It just don't the narrative just don't it don't even look right. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
think you think that's gonna happen?
I don't think it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? To me, if it happens, then Jenny Buss and them really don't know what they're doing at all. Because you bringing unnecessary attention to your team. You already got enough attention on you already. Now you talking about bringing JJ Redick on as a coach. That would just bring just too much drama that you don't really need because you already got enough drama going on as it is. So I just don't see it making any sense whatsoever for them to do something like that. I really don't.
Well,
You know?
a lot of people are rooting for JJ Redick.
Not in that situation. If you put him on, like if you would have hired him like Charlotte or somebody would have hired him or one of these other teams, like I wouldn't even say Phoenix. I would say JJ Redick, if he's gonna be a head coach in the league, he needs to start off with one of these teams that like sorry, let's just say Greg Popovich was to retire. And he went to the Spurs and coached Wemby, like a young team. Somebody like that, or Chicago Bulls, or whatever, somebody like that. But not no team that's ready to made, that's ready to win right now. Nah, he's not. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I will tell you this: a lot of people are rooting for him, and I think that people are overlooking Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson over too much.
Yeah.
And and I was listening to ESPN radio, man, and they was man, talking about brilliant minds. They was like, what's wrong with these people? And they also said that Milwaukee is looking really dumb right now because Doc Rivers did nothing but what he normally do is disappoint. And
Yep.
and they do believe if Adrian Griffin have stayed there coaching that they said that they don't believe that the Bucks will be out of the playoffs. They will still be in the playoffs. What you think?
I, I believe it. You know me, I ain't been a Doc Rivers fan the last 4-5. I've seen enough of Doc Rivers. And the thing about with Doc Rivers, not even so much about all the time with the coaching and stuff. It's the fact that he never takes accountability in the press conference. It's always, oh, well, injured. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. So it's always like an excuse why they lose. It can't just be, I need to coach better. Oh, we need to get more better effort. Well, if y'all need to get better effort, that's on you to coach your team not to give a better effort. So obviously, and everywhere he goes, he leaves a bad stain. Everywhere he goes, it's like he always gets into it with his players, and he always ends up in a bad situation every time. It's not like he leaves and people like fighting for him. It's like when he leaves, the only players that still kind of give him his love like that is like a Paul Pierce or Kevin Garnett, and that's just because they won a championship with him. They wouldn't have done the same thing.
And then, his son comes on, get up and try to take up for him. Get out of here, bro. Like, man, your dad is a bum. Your dad is a bum, man. You're like, and furthermore, they should have never traded the point guard for Boston now. Milwaukee should have kept him. Yeah, they should have kept him, bro.
Yeah.
They should have kept him because you just can't rely on Dame and like that, man, because the chemistry ain't there yet. This is first year.
Holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Holiday. And I know you was always a fan of Drew Holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, at the time when they did it, I kind of liked it a little bit, even though it was a shock to me. Because I remember I was doing Uber that day, and I'm riding around, and it came on NBA. I listened to the NBA thing or whatever, one of the NBA shows in Sirius XM. Because the whole time I thought he was going to end up in Miami, to be honest with you. And when he ended up in Milwaukee, I said, ooh, that might put him over the hump if Chris Middleton comes back in form. But once they got Doc Rivers, I said, oh, no, never mind. I'm good. When they got Doc, I said, I'm out. You know what I mean?
Giannis, he goes back home during the summertime. Start riding them cheetahs and them tigers, man, and start jumping from the vines. And then he comes back and get mad because Griffin said your brother gave us no production. I don't even think he know how to spell the word basketball, and so he need to go. So you go to the front office and cries. Your hands up in bunch. You done borrowed your sister Maxingale and you having a fit. And we ain't even never seen your brother dribble a basketball. We ain't even never seen him spell the word basketball. Like, and why do you think the Bucks should give him a 4-year deal for $225 million?
First of all, Donis, the Thanasis, whatever his name is, he need to go somewhere and sell real estate. You done pretty much stole money.
What's his name? Thanasis or to Trashy? What's his name?
It don't even matter. He need to go and sell real estate or do something else. Because go with Shaq or Magic and go find out how to start businesses. Because you done basically stole. Matter of fact, you need to go to prison. Because you done stole money from the Milwaukee Bucks for the last 4 years. You done pretty much got free money. It be the Vince Carter or the Donis Haslam, some of these guys that put in they work and they time, won championships or whatever, and earn the right to stick around an extra 3-4 years and be a veteran presence. You're not even a veteran.
So I couldn't. You mean to tell me the Bucks would rather have him than have Melo? What?
Dwight Howard. Think about it. Milwaukee could have Dwight Howard on the court. They could have DeMarcus Cousins. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of you can name 200 players before you get to him. I don't even think you would ever get to him. You would never get to Thanasis. I don't care how you can name a million players. And all this, where the 12 man on the bench can beat blah blah blah. Yeah, the 12 man on the bench can beat most people that play like YMC ball. That ain't got nothing to do with what him being in the in the NBA. Now, I don't even know if he can beat some of these WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Let alone NBA. So no, he has no right. No, he do not deserve. And I get it. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, everybody want to make a big deal about LeBron bringing his son on. At least we know LeBron's son can play a little bit. We never seen this dude play, so we don't even know if he can really play at all. He just owned the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
I bet not hear nobody saying about Bronny. Cause every time I do, I'm gonna bring this dude's name up.
Yep, Tenacious. Every time they say, well, Bronny in the NBA. Why Tenacious in the NBA? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the NBA, he deserved to be in the NBA. Whatever. So, hey. You know what I'm saying? Well, but anyway.
All right, so you are now rocking with the 901 Sports Podcast Show, powered by the Village Global Network, Zeno FM Radio, with online monitoring by Online Radio Box, broadcasting in 191 countries. Thank you for your ongoing support. We hope to see you next week as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. More likely, we'll see everybody in the morning for 95 South podcast. We're gonna have a great guest on in the morning, so check us out in the morning. Other than that, if you're going out partying, clubbing tonight, doing whatever you got to do, if you got to work the third shift, be safe. You know what I'm saying, and always trust God to get you through. And we out of here.
Peace.
People seen it, but they just don't know.
What I told you, Cutter.
People seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know.
Huh?
People.
Let's go.